We made it. We got a little lost. I think the pathways may have changed since last year. All right, everyone's gathering. So find a place to sit and we'll get started. Let everything res. Look around at the beautiful harvest scene. Now, if you can hear me now that we've gathered, if you type another Y in the local chat, folks are gathering and I want to make sure they all are able to hear me. Great. I'd like to give a thank you to Dawn Graymist, our community virtual library builder who created this scene. And also a big thanks to Dale Irata, who is going to be videoing. So if please don't IM him, he's going to be busy videoing and taking some machinima shots of our community harvest today. So I'll stand up again just in case there's anyone who didn't see my basket I'm wearing. Be sure to click on the basket to get all of our handouts for today. And you'll have a folder called Librarian's Basket. In there, you'll find note cards about the communities represented here today. And I'm going to challenge our community representatives to do a lightning speed talk. And very quickly, they may be speaking to give highlights of the community that they represent. Most of you already know that I'm the director of the Community Virtual Library, which is a real library in a virtual world. And we are exploring the library of the future, which is not focused mainly on print materials, but includes people and communities and 3D simulations as resources. We support the community, the Virtual Worlds Education Consortium, VWEC. And all our volunteers at CVL now serve at the VWEC Info Center to help people navigate Second Life and across the metaverse. So I've included some note cards with landmarks about the Community Virtual Library and the Virtual Worlds Education Consortium in my basket. Now our speakers are all sitting around our harvest tables, and it's my pleasure to introduce our first speaker. Please turn off your microphones until it's your turn to speak so we can get a good recording. Let me just check and see if our first speaker has arrived. Okay, I don't see Sen Maximus. I know she was having some real technical difficulty this morning. So when she arrives, we will adjust. But our speakers are ready, and I'm going to ask our first speaker to tell us about Vertec. I'll turn the mic over to Shiloh. Welcome, Shiloh.
Well, hi. Good morning, everybody, and happy holidays. Most of you know me, but I'll introduce myself. I'm Shy Emmons, or Shiloh E., and I'm here today to talk a little bit about Vertec and my role as a state manager, public education programs developer, events manager, hostess. And it sounds a bit overwhelming, but it is not. We are still small scale at this time. I think most of you have seen the blurb I often add when promoting museum events, lectures, Ari's classical music stream at Vertec, and I'll just read it now. Vertec is an experimental campus operated by the Extended Reality Laboratory Center for Data-Driven Discovery at California Institute of Technology, which is Caltech. And in addition to our other activities, we offer popular science lectures and other education-related events as a public service. It's a great place to work, innovative, and George is a great director to work with. A little bit about me, and I think most of you know this. My academic graduate school background is in anthropology. It's the area of sociocultural anthro that I specialized in, emphasis mostly on political economy, but I touched on political ecology, linguistics, gender, symbolic anthropology, oral history, informal economy, economic development, so on. It gives you an idea about how faceted the focus of anthropology is. It's all connected. A little deeper background, I learned Navajo when I thought my PhD research was going to situate me on the Navajo reservation to address economic development issues. Also, I planned a project to get Navajo weavings off the reservation to the East Coast to give weavers direct market access through Harvard because of my background in art and tourist markets. I also have done extensive literature search and support research on water issues in North, Central, South America that correlated with the UN Millennium Development Goals. And later, reinventing my research focus for about a third time, looking at child health at the US Mexico border. The focus was going to be obesity, lead exposure, asthma, and particulates. So while I'm trained in the social science, I also studied history, medieval and American frontier history, and I also have an interest in sciences and engineering. I come from an engineering family. My experience with museums has been hands-on, training with 5 museums here in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I have a very strong interest in exhibits and education. My exhibit display experience, sometimes called visual merchandising, has been 30 years in art galleries, primarily ethnographic art, where I specialized in Southwestern art of Indigenous people of the area. And I can talk deeply another time about art production, contemporary and historical. My involvement with Veritech is because George invited me to help promote events and to develop education projects that interest me. My vision is to contribute to the base of public education programs on the SIM, reaching out to both external and in-world specialists for lectures and education series. I see Veritech as an optimal place to expand my role in education and museum exhibits development in a virtual world setting. And I hope all of you will have time to visit current exhibits and future planned events and exhibits. We currently house 3-day Miami Natural History Museum builds, the Buzz About Bees Honeybee exhibit, a data science exhibit, and an installation on cybersecurity. I want to thank you for your time today. Best wishes for a happy Thanksgiving in the U.S. and for a wonderful fall winter season for everyone around the globe and summer season for those in the Southern Hemisphere. Now, I do have a shameless plug. Ari kicks off the holiday season with a tribute to Scott Joplin this Thanksgiving weekend at his Classics at the Pavilion stream, which is normally Saturday, November, but this event will be Saturday, November 25th, 11 a.m. So that's the start of his specialties for the holiday season. And we have an upcoming lecture Friday, December 1st at 1 p.m. Beartech Auditorium, which I will be sending out notices. We have a lecture by Tom Bolstroff. He's a professor in the Department of Anthropology at the University of California, Irvine. Tom Bukowski in Second Life. And the title of the lecture is From Toys to Technology, the Birth of Intellivision. And this is a fascinating topic, which will also bring up some of the role of Caltech had in game development with Mattel Electronics. Question and answers will follow the lecture, and I hope to see all of you there. Bye-bye.
Thank you for sharing, Shiloh. And our next speaker is going to talk about Builder's Brewery. I hope your tech is working for you. You can take it away, Sen Maximus.
Okay, hi. Hello and happy harvest, everyone. I will try to make this super quick. I see that there's a lot of people, and Val was saying they've more than expected. So this is just a sign of the success due to hers and everyone's work. And I'm so impressed by um, how good this gets every year. And the turkeys. He sounds so funny in the background. First and foremost, let me just say I'm honored to even be standing here amongst all of you, my colleagues and friends, and I would like to put a special thank you out to a couple of my colleagues that are from Builders Brewery who are here, and that's Forth Shepherd, who is our new dean of Builders Brewery, who has a background as a real professor in Scotland, and Dean, and Rochelle Chiori, who is our Chief Technology Officer and provides a whole lot more beyond that. Anyway, my thanks also goes to um, the members and our staff. That's what, to me, is what I'm thankful for. I'm supposed to be, I guess, explaining what Builders Brewery brings to the Thanksgiving table. Well, I'm the one that feels the most thankful for them. Um, I really feel such a desire to want to give back, but there's just no way we could ever give back to what the community has brought. The Builders Brewery, if you are familiar with us, we're a little bit different. No, we don't sound like an educational institution necessarily, but we are. It didn't start out that way, but we are a help group, a school, a learning community, and sandbox, and lots of other things, educational events. We try to do our best to accommodate everyone at every level. One of the things we have always been about and strive for is to be able to level the playing field for everyone and anyone who is compelled to learn, to be able to have access to, no matter what their background, what their educational background, what their um, financial status or their zip code is. You know, we want to be able to provide people that same level of opportunity to um, provide toward the um, building of the metaverse, the virtual platform that we are in Second Life. And that is going to be done through providing them with the skills needed. So we provide the skills required for the various genres and fields. Um, and through the contributions of the members and volunteers, it makes it all possible. So I want to thank everyone for um, the amazing support over the years, and we hope to see you around at our events. We've got wonderful events coming up for the holidays, and we have building expos and creator expos and so on coming up, and hope to see you there.
Thank you, Sin. And Builders Brewery is such an amazing community. And our next speaker is from another world, you know, the Community Virtual Library, the Virtual Worlds Education Consortium, and many of you are exploring other worlds beyond Second Life across the metaverse. We're going to hear from Kitely with Cooper and Kim, Cooper Swizzle and Kim Starr. Take it away, Bruce.
Okay, we are from Kitely, and we work with the VWEC to help bridge the gap between Kitely and Second Life through art and education. And we've been up to a few things the last few months. We were active participants in the Open Sim Fest in over the summer when we promoted VWEC. We had a big center there explaining what we do. We also joined a boat flotilla where we created a boat to represent the VWEC. And we did that in Kitely to boost more awareness, and we're hoping to get more people to join over in Kitely and Open Sim as well. Take it away, Bruce.
All right, so I am trying to make this. Yeah, it's working. So hi everyone. I'm Bruce Gross in real life. I'm Cooper Swizzle since like 2010 or so. I am proud to say that I am the ambassador to the BWEC in Kitely, and we're doing everything we possibly can to promote it and get people coming to our events. We have some exciting news to share. Starting in January for our next quarterly meeting, we will be offering it twice on the same day so that we can get people from Australia and down under, everybody down in that part of the globe. So we will have meetings at 9 and 10, 9 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock in the afternoon, PST time. to try to get more people to be able to join us and give us their perspective on things going on. And now, Kim, it's you.
All right, and looking ahead to 2024, we have a couple of exciting projects that we're working on. First, we're planning a VWEC Kitely conference where individuals can showcase their contributions to OpenSim, similar to what the OSCC is doing this December. And our aim is to generate more momentum in Kitely and to attract a broader audience. Those.
All right. And additionally, our second project will involve having possibly bi-weekly or at least monthly tours, whether it be in Kitely or on other open sim or coming over here to Second Life, because it's the metaverse from how I understand it, and we all need to be one big community, not separate communities. So with that, stay tuned for more. I do try to come to the NPC meetings at least once a month, and I will update you all as things progress. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank you, Kim and Cooper. And I'm glad that Rhiannon put the link to the OpenSim conference coming up in December. It's an opportunity for you to explore the metaverse beyond Second Life if you've been wanting to try it. And our next speaker is going to talk from San Jose State University's School of Information, and that this is Kriyatya. She also is the volunteer lead coordinator of our Virtual Worlds database. So, Kriyatya, I'll hand the mic to you.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Kriyatya Shannon, known as Shannon Broden in real life. I'm pleased to represent VICARA, the Virtual Center for Archives, Records, and Administration at San Jose State University. VICARA is all about building skills in virtual worlds for interacting with library and information sharing. Members are student and alumni from San Jose State University's iSchool programs for Masters of Archives and Records Administration and Masters of Library and Information Science, as well as partnerships with other interested educators in the virtual world space. It's existed since 2009, and this year commemorated its presence in Second Life as being involved as part of the Second Life 20th birthday celebration. Beyond Second Life, VICARA has a group called the VR Exploders. The VR Exploders ventured into other virtual spaces to assess their value in education. This group has been in existence since 2019. Please come visit us at our main landing area where our teleport can transport you to a Victorian village, an oasis, and more. Also, we invite you to join us for our end of semester dance party, which will also celebrate the end of the first student challenge that's hosted by the Virtual Worlds Education Consortium, as there are 2 students from San Jose State University, myself and one other person, that are also VICARA members. This dance party will be December 16th at noon, and as I said, we invite you to join us at the event. I'm going to put the link here, but it will also be on the cards that were passed out today that I hope you've been able to pick up from Val's basket. Thanks to all the nonprofits, social good, and the cause-based efforts, and all you do in Second Life. And lastly, on a personal note, I would like to thank Builders Brewery, which, along with several other building groups, have helped me refine my skills in building and scripting for the Second Life Challenge. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kriyatya, Shannon, and VICARA. Our next community is one that is an old community in Second Life, one of the first that I visited over 15 years ago, still going strong, Caledon. So Wordsmith, the mic is yours.
Thank you, Val, and hello, everyone. Actually, not Caledon, but Caledon Oxbridge. Caledon is right now 17 steampunk Victorian regions. Oxbridge is one of the regions in that and has been in existence since 2009. We've long been community supported, and just recently became an official LL gateway region. As Chancellor of Oxbridge, my role is both as servant of Oxbridge and as a guiding hand. We have 7 buildings listed in the note card, so I won't go through them, but 7 buildings of tutorial kiosks. And one of my projects that's ongoing is to convert those from English only to tri-language, English, Spanish, and French. Other language possibly being added later. As I go through, I also update the kiosks because Linden Labs keeps changing things. So we also have classes. Our focus is basically on training people in Second Life skills. But I am also open to wider seminars on a one-time or occasional basis. So as Chancellor, I'm the program director, the webmaster, and the schedule maintainer. And Caledon itself, being 17 sims, without ban lines or security orbs, provides a region that people are free to wander. And, Uxbridge is part of that, but independently managed. So I think that's pretty much covers it. So thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you, Wordsmith. We really love the work you do at Caledon Oxbridge. And next, we have a representative from a great educational community that's been going strong for many years, the Virtual Pioneers. So let's hear from Jackson. And Jackson, I don't hear you yet. If you want to turn on your mic, let me know. If not, I can read from your script. Okay, I'll go ahead and read. Good morning, Second Life. Happy Thanksgiving. We are a group of historically minded educators and other interested people that enjoy using virtual environments to learn and explore. We explore history, educational, and cultural interests, and are dedicated to exploring all aspects of history. The tours are usually presented by the creator of the sim. For exploring sims that require it, we also have historical costumes available for free at our home site. Please join us in Second Life or beyond. And you can see the landmark there in Rockcliffe Village and the website virtualpioneers.org. Thank you so much, Jackson, for being willing to share about the Virtual Pioneers, which often meet on a Sunday at 5 p.m. Second Life time. All right, moving forward, we also have, Jackson is continuing. Jackson says, also, I am rebuilding my planetarium. We'll send notices when complete. I know we would all be very excited to visit the virtual planetarium. So thanks again, Jackson. And there is a note card in my basket about the Virtual Pioneers. All right, if that's it for you, Jackson, and the Virtual Pioneers, I will move on to a new community that many of you may not be familiar with yet at all. It's called the Nature Collective. And it was my pleasure to go on a tour this week and see a beautiful community and simulation focusing on nature. So I will introduce to you M. Vinter, or M. Evergarden, and you can take the mic, M.
Thank you so much. As Val said, my name is Evergarden, and I'm the founder of the Nature Collective here in Second Life. And for those not familiar with the Nature Collective and what we do, We are a Second Life group that was created with the goal of cultivating a community around sim spaces and projects which share a common focus on nature. We're continually working to foster a movement to help people engage and reconnect with the wonder and joy of nature in our virtual world and beyond. Right now, we currently have a little over 170 different nature-based member locations in our group, and we're adding more every week. Initially, our primary goal was to simplify the process of SL residents discovering the locations of our members while promoting their nature spaces in Second Life and fostering a sense of community. To enhance the accessibility of our locations, we developed an Explorer HUD. So nature explorers can simply attach the HUD, allowing them to navigate through locations and teleport directly by clicking. Additionally, we maintain an updated list of all member locations on our website and in our Discord server to provide an alternative means of easy access. Um, we do have a link that we can share with you for that. Also, I did forget to mention Tegan is graciously transcribing for me. She is our project manager and is a vital member of our admin team for the Nature Collective. So thank you, Tegan, for helping out. And so back to the Nature Collective, our nature creators can also share updates and events that are happening at their locations by promoting them in our Discord server and SL group. We have a membership, a little over 2,100 members in our SL group now, and nearly 600 members in our Discord server. So they have the opportunity to reach quite a substantial audience through membership in our group. But in addition to showcasing our member locations, we also introduce group events to encourage our members to explore Second Life. So we currently have 5 activities that happen anywhere from 1 to 2 times a month. These activities include our book club, which we read books that are either about nature or heavily feature nature in the books themselves. We have our coffee collective where members gather at different locations, and our Trails and Tales, a monthly hiking and exploration event that happens at our various member locations. And those are just a few of the events that we have. These events have become favorites among our members. We also organize 2 hunts a year in the spring and fall, which allow our group members to explore their favorite locations while discovering exciting gifts. The upcoming year for us is going to be packed with new initiatives, including a nature-focused publication launching in Q1 and an expanded in-world experience for the Nature Collective on mainland. So as the Nature Collective continues to evolve, we feel that it stands as a testament to the power of virtual communities and fostering a shared love for nature. The dedication of our members, the community that we've grown, and the inclusive events organized all contribute to the success of the Nature Collective in creating a space where individuals can connect, explore, and celebrate the wonders of our natural world and our virtual realm. So we hope that the Nature Collective community continues to thrive and leaves a lasting impact on our virtual landscape and the residents who call it home. We wanted to thank Val for inviting us to speak today, and we hope that you'll join us. You can find our contact info on our note card in Val's adorable basket. And happy Thanksgiving and harvest season to everyone who is celebrating. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Em. It was such a pleasure to see your gorgeous sim, and I look forward to more collaborations. And next, we're going to hear about the CVL Marley Molina Music Library. If you're not familiar with Second Life musicians and the wonder of live concerts here, we're going to hear from Cat's Eye. Cats, the mic is yours.
I'm Cat's Eye, acting director of the Marley Molina Music Library, and Marley Molina, founder of Octagon, whom most of you know as a multi-talented and okay, okay, I'm sorry. I lost my place here. Give me just a minute, and I will find it again. Okay. Anyway, she, besides being a multi-talented creativist, she's an indefatigable creator of good ideas. And one of these good ideas was that there should be a library to preserve and make available the best works of the best original musicians in Second Life. She shared that idea with the director and assistant director of the Community Virtual Library, our own Bell librarian Greg and Elise Dunavant Jones, who saw the potential and need for an SL music library. So the seed of our dream was planted and began to grow, slowly but surely. And if you want to learn, here's the slurl. I have it up in the, or it should be coming up in the speakeasy. Okay, it should, but it's not. Okay, hang on. Okay, there we go. Francisco Koolhoven became our resident genius, genie, techie, scriptwriter, and problem solver. I can't say enough about him. And the small committee also enlisted the talents of Dawn Graymist, who designed and created the beautiful builds and layout of the music library. And if you haven't been there, I really recommend a visit. It's a very calm and wonderful place. We've been joined by Calispici and Christensen, Meg Candles, and Island Granville, who are forming the selection committee to vet the nominated musicians, and 2 other people have been nominated to join them. I have not yet spoken to them about that commitment, but Robert Eroica Dupé and Lady Adriana Bizou. We are very close to being able to realize our dream of supporting and distributing some of the works of these musicians. They're truly the soul of Second Life. I remember as a tween kid, just wandering into the listening section of our city library and exploring records. Remember those? And I'd never heard them before. I was attracted to different names, like Bix Beiderbecke and Jelly Roll Morton, and records I've never heard in the home I shared with my parents from Vienna, Austria. And those tended to be jazz, classical, cerebral jazz, and some folk music, and that my horizon was expanded by the library, and a vast world of music was opened to me like the gates of heaven. We want such things to happen to residents of the Second Life, especially the new ones, who can explore Second Life musical artists from all genres to find those that they want to hear more of or learn their music. No more stumbling upon the talent because you happen to land in a venue, which happened to me, or only hearing about them from friends or advertisements. These experiences are great, but we miss so many great artists. I'm finding new ones every day, and I've been looking forever, for 9 years, with new ones coming in every day. And in our hit and miss exploration of SL music, the Molly Molina Music Library can aid the musical voyage of discovery through sharing scores, CDs, links to videos and websites, however the artists want to share their samples of their work. I finally hammered out an approach to intellectual property protection as a digital library and was starting to extend invitations to the musicians we've already identified and showcased through our Musician of the Month program. Shameless plug, next Saturday, Saturday the 25th, Grace Loudon will be in the library as the Musician of the Month. And Congress passed a new bill that affects musicians and libraries. So we're having to review our proposal quickly to make sure it is still in compliance with the new law. And anyone who knows that kind of thing, please help me because I'm wading through stuff that's not that familiar. Library law and stuff. So we're having to review this proposal. Meanwhile, we need your help to nominate the best original musicians as we work our way through the nominations and build our collection of the works of musicians who want to share their creations and this dream. Thank you. I hope you get to come and see it on Saturday, the 25th.
Thank you, Cat's Eye. Sorry, I put October. Time is flying. It's already November 25th is our next concert at the library. Now, next we have someone who's very active here in the nonprofit commons community. Many of you know and love my friend that I'm introducing, Namara. I'm going to introduce you to tell us about Etopia. Nam?
Hi, welcome. I'm hoping everyone can hear me. If not, I also have the text HUD on. So I want to say hi, welcome, happy harvest. I was born in the land of the Matinecock and later lived on the sacred land of the Haudenosaunee. Excuse me. Excuse me. Specifically, the home of the Onondaga. Today, I stand on the Salish coast, home of the Sklallam people. I welcome you today, and I ask that you take a moment to honor, excuse me, to honor the indigenous people of the place where your feet touch the earth. I'm the executive director for the Brain Energy Support Team. I'm also the chief groundkeeper for Utopia's sustainable communities. When you visit Utopia, you step into a world that embraces a way of living built on cooperation and respect for each other and the world around us. We are a reflection of what we believe is possible in real life. If you don't know much about us, Utopia was created in 2007 and has evolved over the years to become Second Life's premier sustainable living community. Although I think we're going to have some stiff competition by groups like the Nature Collective and other folks that are really doing fantastic stuff. We have 6 regions and are connected to other regions by totally navigable waters. So if you like to sail or rowboat or kayak, which I love, you can do that and explore some amazing places. We also showcase real-world examples of sustainable living, renewable energy generation, urban agriculture, and a deepening sense of community among our residents and our partners. In 2020, Utopia partnered with the Brain Energy Support Team to host their programs at Utopia. And BEST is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. As I said, I'm the executive director, that provides real-world solutions within virtual worlds to support an ever-growing neurodiverse population. Utopia has joined with CDS, another great community participating in the VWEC. We collaborate on boat tours and other events. Their historical builds and community engagement reflects the things that Utopia believes in. That's just one example of the many collaborations we're a part of. Another collaboration over the years has been with Peninsula College. Zinnia and her students have been an amazing part of the Utopia community. We share many ideas throughout Utopia as examples of sustainable development that can be and is used in real life. We offer tours, discussions. You know, our tours are bike tours. We have self-guided tours, so you can take walking tours, a wagon tour. You can jump on the tram and do the Utopia loop and learn more about Utopia that way. We offer discussion groups on a wide variety of topics. If you're interested in, I'm going to put this in local chat real quick. Okay, just a couple of examples. We host a brain injury group, a discussion group at Virtual Ability. That's the second Tuesday of every month at 1 p.m. Second Life time. And we also engage in a healthy brain discussion group at Whole Brain Health. And if you visit our website, I believe there's more information there, and I say I believe because we've been updating things. So where was I? We offer tours, etc. It's about the experience and how to create a safe and mutual respectful way of living. So if you haven't been to Utopia, please come by. We have shops and meeting spaces, self-guided tours, as I said, demonstration builds. We have a small mangrove forest. We talk about water reclamation, the newest trends in water reclamation. We've got a fantastic farmers market, and I could go on all day, which is why I have a speech judge so that I don't. For 2024, I look forward to sharing more of what we do with our nonprofit Commons friends, and I believe I have reached the end of my little presentation. So thank you.
Thank you, Namara. So many beautiful things to offer at Utopia. And our next speaker has a very interesting community that she's going to tell us about, that's been here a long time and is very active and has residents who actually live there. I'm going to pull up the sign. You can see right behind Liz, there's a poster, and I'll turn the mic over to Delia for CDS. Delia?
Thank you very much. I'm very glad to be here this morning. The Confederation of Democratic Simulators, commonly known as the CDS, is located in the Virtual Worlds Education Consortium in the archipelago. I am thankful today and every day for the CDS citizen-run community. Some of the people who work at the organizations you've been hearing about live in the CDS, and I'm one of them. I will try to follow the text on this note card in talking. The note card has both pictures and landmarks embedded, and it's in the poster behind me that Val just rezzed. You can touch the poster for a note card. So, last evening, I took my dog for a walk around the CDS, and it's something I do often. The autumn leaves make the walk at this time of year like a painter's palette of brilliant colors everywhere I look. I took some notes and pictures so you could share my walk this morning. We're a community of friendly people from around the world in RL, and founded in 2004 as a winter region. The CDS is the oldest continuous democratic estate in Second Life. Some residents like living in town, while others really prefer the countryside for homes, and we have both. Our original region, Neue Friestadt, is alpine in character and has taken inspiration from the beautiful towns and mountain landscapes of the RL Bavaria in Germany. Our Platz is anchored on one end by a church, and by opposite end by the Rathaus that used to be the government seat but is no longer. Next to the Rathaus is a beer garden. Try the beers and dance a little polka while you're there. Above and beyond the Rathaus you will see a schloss, and that's like a medieval castle, and it's where we hold formal balls. The ultra-modern building off the Platz is Mokenmilch Freistadt, and it is the community's art museum. Walking away from the Platz and under the bridge, I stopped partway down the hill in Alpine Meadow to look over the falls, and I could see all the way to the Venus River and Colonia Nova's Stella Marina coastal village below. Down the path, I come to the hub of Alpine Meadow, and it's at the crossroads of Mexana Monica Tavern, where you might find music and sometimes the thinkers' philosophical conversations. As I continue down the hill, I come to a stable. If you like to ride, open the gates, walk in, click the Tegel horse rezzer along the side of the far barn, mount a horse, and follow the wooden owl trail signs all through the regions. Now, crossing into Colonia Nova, I go from an alpine terrain behind me to a warmer Mediterranean one, and I continue my walk down the hill and pause again on the bridge over the Renus. To my right, I see the village of Stella Marina with its cottages, art galleries, and Greek fish market. To the left, I can see all the way to the shore of Locus Amanus. Just beyond the bridge to my left is a short road that leads to the Praetorium. This is now the seat of the CDS citizen-elected government, with the Representative Assembly Hall, where our legislature meets, and the chambers of the Scientific Council that functions as our judiciary. Continuing up the hill, you come to the Centro Storico. This is the hub of Colonia Nova. Cute little shops surround this forum, and just beyond, up the hill, I pause next to Indigo Sky Press with some sci-fi books and poetry, and look to my right where I see one of the hidden gems of the CDS. It's the thermae, the steam baths, the hot tubs, the swimming pools. So come up here and relax, warm up, have a casual conversation with friends while you're sitting in the water. Going back to Centro Storico and on to Locus Amanus, I pause again to check out Jan's artwork at Feel and Focus and the Goat Yoga studio next door. Have you ever tried goat yoga? It's fun. Then walking through the gate into Locus Amanus, the road turns rustic. On my left side is a vineyard with ripe grapes. Looking ahead to the harbor, I can see cliffs off to the left, and peeking through the trees to my right, I'm going to wave to Namara because I can see the Ethiopia Peninsula. Yes, we are connected communities. Continuing to walk, I note a new gallery, Studio 59 Art, at the edge of the LA Village. The Locus Amanus hub is on the quay, and the old market building along the harbor quay has been the site of many harvest events this autumn. Now I'll walk along and over the pont, and I'm in the beautiful LA beach. If sailing is your thing, go down to the water's edge and grab yourself a free boat and other goodies as well, and sail into the sunset, or over to Ethiopia and back. Across from this quaint seashore, you'll find galleries and cafes. Stroll along, look at art, stop, play chess. In the mornings, I might stop at Osteria de Sol for coffee and a muffin, or check the international news at Rustica Cyber Cafe, but it's getting late, and I still have a ways to walk, so I'm opting for some Turkish coffee at Images by Cali, where I'll glimpse the setting sun over the shore. Finished my coffee, I'm winding my way through the village streets. I cross the inlet and turn toward Monastery Lake to my right and back up to the alpine regions. In the winter, this lake freezes for skating and ice fishing. The region's mighty waterfall, though, flows all year round. Turning to my left, I'm walking to the terminus of the winter ski slope. It hasn't snowed yet, so I'll walk up that hill to the old monastery. The ski trail is marked by blue and yellow poles. You'll see them if you look up the hill. My dog loves this part of the walk. So many wildlife scents around. When the slope gets too steep, though, I veer off to the right and take the Owl Trail path the rest of the way up. We've reached the monastery. It's a medieval sanctuary and namesake for the region. Listening to music in this building is an experience not to miss. I'm going to take one more look at the setting sun from the monastery ski slope, trailhead and hot spring. You can get free skis here too. It's the highest elevation in the CDS. Oh my, the snow is falling lightly, a harbinger of winter holiday events soon to come. Time to head down through Friedsee and home. Back down the slope, I turn right on the wooden bridge over the ice floe. I walk up into Friedsee. Following the old dirt road, I pause once more and look down at the largest of our CDS lakes, Friedsee Lake. This is the site of winter skating parties soon to come. In the distance, on the plateau, you can see the old airfield. If you have a small plane, you can res it here and see our community from the air. This is the site of winter skating parties, and there is a path that goes down all the way to the lake, and you can go down and walk around if you want, but for me it's getting late, and I'm going to walk on home from here. Going through the arch of the Castle of the Grail, I walk through the grounds to leave Friedsee and return to Neue Freistadt Valley where I live. I do hope you've enjoyed this little talking tour, and I hope you will visit our beautiful community soon yourself. So thank you all.
Thank you, Delia. That was a beautiful tour of CDS, an amazing community. And we're going to hear from Sheila next, who is the host of the Virtual Worlds Education Roundtable. Sheila?
Thank you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, Sheila.
Thank you. Yes, so briefly, the Virtual Worlds Education Roundtable, not to be confused with the Virtual Worlds Education Consortium. It's a forum which is set up to educate and inform the community about issues important and relevant to education and virtual worlds. And we meet inside Second Life. I'm sorry, I'm suffering rather a lot of lag, so I'm trying to copy paste. And we meet here. I'm going to put in on InfoLit High School. And just as Val has said, we meet every Thursday. And we've been meeting since 2008, so that's a long, long time. It's worth saying that we particularly focus on text chat discussions. And some of them are on particular topics, which is suggested by one of the organizers, or we're really open to anyone adding some topics that they would like to see. And also we have our open forums where anyone can raise topics or questions for discussion. Usually we have several different topics. There was one of these sessions yesterday, and there were a variety of things discussed. We do pride ourselves on being open and inclusive. Anyone can come along and attend, and they don't have to speak unless they want to. It's all right to come along and kind of just test whether you feel that this is a community that you want to drop into. And some people come every week, and which is really lovely, but also we're very happy to see people who just come in occasionally when it suits them. So as I said, that's being open and inclusive is really what we're about. There is a Second Life group that you can join. And the topics we discuss are anything to do with virtual worlds education. And so we've been discussing AI, we've been discussing particular types of learning like hexagonal thinking. Marley last week had a workshop about metaphorical thinking. We've talked about technology, we've talked about issues to do with one's feelings about teaching. So it's really quite a broad range of topics, and they're listed on our calendar, which I don't think I'd put into the chat yet. paste that in, and then I'll finish with that.
Thank you, Sheila. And all these calendars, many of these calendars are on our VWEC website. And our final speaker is Fran, who helps so many communities. Fran's going to tell us about Octagon and Whole Brain Health. I'm standing in case you didn't get the handouts in my basket. It should be inside there. Fran?
Thank you, Val. Well, welcome everyone. I'm Fran, and I'm here to tell you a little bit more about Marley Molina and her group Octagon Creative Exploration. And while I'm talking, I'm also going to what's going on with Whole Brain Health. Those of you who've interacted with Marley know what a wonderfully creative person she is. And she combines many different art forms with humanistic experiential psychologies and has a passion for education. She has years of teaching, training, and consulting in academic, adult education, and organizational settings. And she's brought this experience to Second Life in 2007. She's developed a way of using the SL build tools symbolically and metaphorically rather than immersively. She calls this process symbolic modeling, or SymMod for short. She has people create or even artwork they've done, which are representations of themselves, their ideas, values, feeling states, thought processes, etc. And then she uses guiding approaches from Gestalt psychology to help them acquire new perspectives and insights, which would not happen with thinking or talking alone. Everyone's invited to Marley's monthly workshop called Creative Explorations that has just started at 11 a.m. SLT on the fourth Tuesday of each month on the Inspiration Island Sim. Her next session will be on November 28th. And then on December 1st, she's doing a presentation on metaphors at NPC. Also, be sure to come to one of our amazing creative improv programs that was developed by Marley. It's now currently facilitated by Cat's Eye Tenon. Oh yeah, I apologize for the time. It's actually 10:30. It starts 10:30 to noon. Anyway, the improv combines live music improvisation with spontaneous builds and poetry. We try to schedule one of these every other month based on our ability to bring in performers and builders. And I think I may need to catch up here on the, yeah. To learn more about Marley, you can visit her website at that address. This includes a link to her YouTube playlist, as well as to other resources that she offers. Marley is also part of the Whole Brain Health community, so this is a nice segue into that. Whole Brain Health, or WBH, was founded by Lucena, aka Wisdom Seeker, over 10 years ago, and has been a part of Second Life ever since, and is now a part of the Edgeverse. We have a growing collective of people who offer many programs focusing on body, mind, and spirit. Everything on our two Sims, Inspiration Island and Inspiration Bay, is designed with the goal of strengthening your brain and increasing your quality of life. Our welcome boards scattered around the Sims provide clickable maps for teleporting to different venues and also contain a calendar of events. You can visit us online at virtualwholebrainhealth.org. And I do want to mention too that we actually, our Inspiration Island Sim actually has 4 different levels, so there's quite a few activities scattered throughout. And Inspiration Bay is we have a very beautiful underwater spectacle that was developed by Luna Bliss, which we're very proud of. And there are other activities on the other levels as well. And yes, it's part of this also runs the Ageless Mind Project, which Whole Brain Health is part of. And there's we're getting a podcast and newsletter going out regularly on that. So that's all that I had on this. If
Thank you. Thank you, Fran. That was absolutely wonderful. And I just want to say in closing that as the support library for the Virtual Worlds Education Consortium, the Community Virtual Library strives to highlight high quality simulations in communities like you're seeing today, here in Second Life and across the metaverse. Now, you could add your community or another community that you think we need to highlight, and I'll give you the link to the databases where you can add another community. So thank you so much. We believe collaboration is key to the successful use of virtual worlds in a culture where we're drowning in information. Thank you everyone for being our guests and our Harvest Table participants. I'll hand the mic back to Rhiannon. We're grateful for you all and what you bring in Second Life.
Thank you, Val. As I said earlier, when we were at the amphitheater, like this is one of my favorite events that is hosted here at Nonprofit Commons. And for many of you who aren't here weekly, Nonprofit Commons has also been around for a long time and has been meeting weekly since 2006. So every Friday we meet here, and well, not here, but at the amphitheater where we just were. We hope that besides Community Harvest, that we see you at an upcoming meeting. As was mentioned, Marley, we won't be meeting next week because we actually can kind of take the week off for the U.S. Thanksgiving holiday. But after that, as was mentioned, Marley is presenting, and then we'll be talking about Open Simulator, which was also mentioned. I'll just throw that in chat. Nonprofit Commons is hosted by Avicon, which is the 501c3 that I co-run. As kind of an initiative with Ava Dugal, Darlene, who's sitting in the middle table there. We've been chatting a lot about philanthropy and virtual worlds as of late. And so as my bit of homework for those conversations, I've created a board that I brought and I put over here off on the side, kind of near the walkway to, if you're looking at the CVL library, to the right of it on the kind of against the back of that other office. You're welcome to take a copy. For this sort of giving season, since Giving Tuesday is coming up, which if you're unfamiliar, that is a time set aside for giving in the same way that Black Friday or Cyber Monday or any of those things are kind of those. It happens after that, and it's a time set aside for giving. We put together resources, not just links for if you're interested in giving, where you can kind of search for nonprofits and orgs in globally around the world, and then also sort of resources for links from Giving Tuesday itself where you can, if you want to, if you're an org or a nonprofit or a cause and you want to get resources there, even templates and tweets and all kinds of things. And then also for givers who want to kind of maybe host support events or donation or fundraiser, those kind of things. And then at the top of that sign is a list of the many nonprofit commons members who are themselves also nonprofits or NGOs. Um, and you can also support them as well. And Beyond that, we also have free space here for offices. So we welcome you if you don't have to be just a nonprofit, but we would love to have you join us here. And there's a form for that. And more than anything, I am grateful for all of you who come to these events, especially folks like Val and who host many of these, who kind of host many of these topics and tours. Val, you are tireless, and I thank you for that, and for all the work that you do throughout, VWEC and NPC and CVL and everything. So, in 2024, I hope to see more of all of you, and I'm just incredibly grateful for everything that you all do, and that we all do in these spaces to kind of uh, make it a better virtual and real world, right? So, thank you all, and have a great harvest time, Thanksgiving, whatever you do or do not celebrate. Taking a walk in the woods, as Nam would say. And Thank you all. Have a great week. Won't see you next week, but we'll see you the week after with Marley. So, thank you.